Hi all, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another haul video. I apologize for the content that I'm uploading now that I'm actually uploading content has been hauls. These are just easier to film than some of my sit-down videos, which I have sat down and started to, do out and things like that. But in lieu of doing that right off the bat, we are going to be going through a crystal haul. Like I say in all these videos that aren't my typical beauty forte, I have asked y'all if you've wanted to see other sides of my existence other than, ooh, eyeshadow palette, makeup. And I have got a resonating yes, so we've had all kinds of witchy things, we're going to be doing thrifty things, we're going to be doing all metaphysical paganism, stuff like that. And so today I'm going to be sharing with y'all one of my other obsessions, which happens to be rocks. I love rocks. I love shiny rocks. I love non-shiny rocks. I love all kinds of rocks. And today I'm going to show you a cumulative. This is like basically so far all the crystals I've gotten, either I've purchased myself or someone else has gotten for me in 2021 so far. So this is not a, ooh, I just went out and bought all of these in the past month. No, this has been months of accumulation. I like to emphasize that it is cumulative because I have had financial issues in the whatever and I don't want people worrying about me. Although I do have a real job now, so my financial issues are a lot less worse, a lot less bad. They're better. They're doing better. I am a lot less stressed about my financial situation. So I got the rocks right here. I figured why not make a video out of it? I know some of y'all have a keen liking to rocks and crystals of the sort, so let's just get on into it. Okay, so I've made purchases from, from this one seller I found on TikTok. She is an absolute doll. I will leave her website. She used to be on Etsy, but now she has her own website, probably because according to my sister-in-law, Etsy's got terrible dealings with its sellers, but I absolutely love her. We'll leave all of that down below, her TikTok as well as her sites. I'll show you guys what I got from her. First of which being this really cool Aventurine skull going on here. I used to not be very attracted in like the beginning of my crystal, like when I started buying crystals. I wasn't really drawn towards anything that was carved or anything like that, but I just thought this guy was really freaking cool. I actually got it for my altar for Loki because for some reason I was being drawn toward buying him some Aventurine. I don't know if it's just me because it's green and it just seems to fit aesthetically. I'm not sure what was going all around on that, but I bought it and it's all usually up on his altar and he seems to like it. Then in that same order, this is Opalite. I absolutely adore Opalite. It is just so pretty and shimmy shiny and beautiful. I really want to get myself at some point some Opalite towers. I have a small business where I used to go a lot that I really want to go back to after I've got some money and saved some money for this sort of thing. And I want to see if they have any towers or something like that because I would absolutely love some Opalite towers. But yeah, they're just all kinds of cute and all kinds of pretty. Then kind of randomly from her, I don't think she sells them now, but these are these two. You can't see it so well in this one, but you can kind of see the carvings in there. This is amethyst and this is clear quartz. I just got them because I thought that the carvings looked very Sailor Moon-ish. It looked very aesthetic because typically y'all know that I like kind of feeling out my crystals in person. My preferred way is to buy them in person, but I also really like supporting small businesses, either in person or online. I've been doing the majority of my whatevering on Etsy, but I just thought they were really cute. These weren't bought for any kind of altar or anything. They were just kind of like cute little decorative additions to my collection. They weren't that expensive. Also because amethyst like this and clear quartz like this isn't that expensive to begin with. So these just sit over on my regular crystal display over there. Then also for Loki, this was, I did that order when she was still on Etsy. And then right before she moved to her website, she was having like a 50% off sale. And I was like, I gotta hit that shiz up. And so I got like, I think like, I don't know, like, I think like a lot, I got it for all less than 100 and I got a lot of shiz. And two of the things I got were these Aventurine towers. Again, for Loki, I don't know why. I was just kind of feeling the pull, the need, the desire. I was like, I think he wants something like this. I feel like that's a vibe I'm getting. And what I really liked about getting these is they were just like really like, you see the picture online, right? But they were just so much prettier in person than the online pictures really did. Like they did not give these any kind of justice. I love how they're very different from each other. They're the same stone, but they're still very unique and definitely set apart. I like all the all the different stuff going all up inside of these. And Aventurine is also a crystal that I've come to really connect with. I tend to have ones, I mean, we all have ones that we like and everything like that, either aesthetically or ones that, you know, vibe with our vibes. But these I thought were just really nice and they work really well on his altar. And like I said, he seems to like them. I also got on the first order just because I like it. They're aesthetic and they're just really pretty. And these are, I think some people call them aura quartz. When I bought them, the first ones I have 3 other ones that I got from that site, from that store that I go and I visit up when I lived in Front Royal and Linden, which I intend to go back to relatively soon. But when I bought from them, they called them Angel Aura. So I think they're like different names. So there's like Aura Quartz and Angel Aura, you know, it is what it is. But I bought 3 because I have issues and they're just all really pretty. I say that this is a really good beginner crystal. Like if you like the look of crystals and you like the appeal, you want one that's like easy to work with, doesn't have any kind of heavy energies or anything like this, highly recommend. I mean, I recommend clear quartz as well, but this one is just like a little something extra, a little something special. Like it's like the fantasy, like the perfect fantasy idea of what a crystal looks like. And aesthetically, I really vibe with that. And here's the third one. And these are nice. I think these were, I can't remember how much they were, but these are pretty good-sized heckin' honkin' boys. Just really pretty, sort of like bread and butter of my, I mean, I can never have too many crystals. It's like, oh, you have so many of the same. I'm like, yeah. But they're each unique and beautiful to their own self. A couple more towers I got from her. I got just this very simple rose quartz. I have a fair amount of rose quartz on Freya's altar. And I have like a little teeny tiny point for her that I got a while ago. When I went into like crystals, I was like, oh, rose quartz is going to be my favorite. And then I kind of got drawn to other crystals. Then now that I've been working with Freya for a while, I'm finding myself drawn again towards rose quartz. So it's kind of fun how it ebbed and now it's flowing. But it's just a nice, simple rose quartz tower. And then I got this blue calcite tower. I honestly am not sure why I bought this because, you know, aesthetically and I've never really been drawn toward anything blue. And as much as I love crystals and all stuff like that, I'm not the most knowledgeable about it. I'm working on it. I've got books and shiz that I need to read. And honestly, in the beginning, I was like, oh, crystals. And now I'm like, oh, crystals and rocks, minerals, all kinds of shiz. Oh my goodness, we went to a museum in Utah and the section, there was a clear quartz that was this big and it was so beautiful and gorgeous. It had citrine and amethyst and tourmaline and all kinds of wonderful, beautiful gloriousness that I would have gladly taken. I decided what I need is I need a sugar daddy who works in that kind of industry, whatever that is. Because on the big giant heckin', if I can, I have a picture of it. I hope I haven't deleted it yet. I will put it here. And you can't really tell its magnitude in the picture, but it's like this freaking big. And on the bottom it says, donated from thus and such's personal collection. I'm like, what kind of personal hoot? I need this person. I need this in my life. But I got this just because for some reason I just saw it scrolling through and I'm like, oh, I like that. that looks soothing and calming for whatever reason. And then I got this one, which I must admit, like color-wise, it's this beautiful, like bluey, kind of almost greeny. This wasn't one that I got for any particular deity. It just looked cool. I'm not entirely sure what this one is. I'm not smart enough to be able to identify this shiz on my own. I'm pretty sure this is Apatite. Not like appetite, I'm hungry, but appetite. I have no idea. I'm dumb. But I just thought it was pretty. I will look back on like my receipt, and if I will put the name, the appropriate whatever for this thing somewhere around here, because I don't want to be showing you guys this and giving you wrongful information. I just thought it was really pretty, and I really like towers. Towers was like the first crystal shape that I really gravitated towards. I wasn't really into spheres, pyramids, you know, but I really, really like towers. Then I actually got some hearts. I've been drawn, this is all from the same person so far. I'll let you know when it changes. I'm pretty sure this is Apatite. This is definitely Apatite, and the reason I say maybe the other one is because they look really similar. I could be completely wrong because there are a lot of rocks that look really similar to one another that are completely different things. But it was just so pretty, and I really like this one. Is on Freya's altar. I don't know why, but I'm really drawn to her having heart-shaped crystals. I've got like 4 over there for her right now. It just seems to, I don't know, kind of match the self-loving, not imagery, energy that I get from her, that I'm like, oh, hearts for Freya. And this one was just really, really pretty. He is a heckin' honky, hefty boy. And he's really beautiful too. Then this one I got here. This is a moss agate, which is so stinking pretty. I really want to get some moss agate and some flower agate towers, because then you can see all the little like different and complicated vein work all up in here, because it's called moss agate because you can see that stuff in there looks like moss. And on her Etsy she had a couple different ones, and whenever you would like option 1, option 2, option 3, it would show up, and this one was the option I really, really liked. I just loved how it looked. My niece, who was actually with me while I was scrolling through everything, she's like, that's so beautiful. I'm actually going to be getting her for Christmas, especially now that I have a job and I have money. I want to get her some nice tumbled stones, because while I was there, she and I talked all kinds of rocks and crystals, and she was like, I want some, I like them. So that's an interest I wouldn't mind fostering in her, but this was just really, really pretty. Then another heart that is on Freya's altar. I got a hair or something here. I'm not sure what this one was either. It might be another form of agate. It might be just a different, this might be moss agate again. Obviously, when you have different stones and you're working with this kind of thing, they all look different from one another. Very rarely are you gonna get like, oh, 2 that are super identical. That's when you're kind of probably dealing with something fake. So this could be just a more opaque moss agate, because it does have sections of translucency going through it. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I will figure it out and put it somewhere. I just thought it was pretty. And I like rocks. This is my problem. Now I go everywhere and I'm like, ooh, rocks. Ooh, rocks. Ooh, rocks. It's my thing. It's my shiz. I love it. And then this next one might get me demonetized, but this is a Labradorite with a coochie on it. Again, I'm not entirely sure why I bought this. I mean, I love Labradorite. Labradorite is another one of my favorite up there, top tier rock crystals, whatevers. And it's this beautiful, flashy blue. I'm kind of sad I didn't buy the other one that she had that was also Labradorite, but you know. But I got this for Freya, and maybe it's like just the freaking vibing, excuse me, burp squad. The vibing feminine energy that I get from Freya that's like, gonna buy me a piece of Labradorite with a coochie on it. I don't know, maybe it doesn't have to make sense, but it is really pretty. I mean, it's just all kinds of whatever. And that was the last that I got from her, I'm pretty sure. Let me show you what I got, what my parents actually bought me, because God bless them, they're wonderful, beautiful people that indulge my weird, strange hobbies. Even though I think that they're more okay with this than they are like the makeup. I don't know, maybe they see it as being more fulfilling, less frivolous, although it's like rocks. Maybe because there's like, I don't know, but they love me, they're amazing, and they bought me some rocks. First of which being one that we were in Washington State, and while we were there in Washington State, we were gonna go to Leavenworth, which is this little preserved Bavarian village that's basically this giant tourist trap, and it has a lot of gift shops and a lot of shopping, whatever, and the night before, we were going through, and I was like, please, let there be a rock shop. And there was a rock shop. And while we were in the rock shop, I got me some black tourmaline, which I had actually been really, once again, really drawn to, really just wanting a nice basic piece of black tourmaline. This is on Loki's altar over there on my altar space going on. It's all kinds of good for that. Again, excuse me, burp squad. He seems to like it. I really like it. I would like to get more tourmaline, black tourmaline, because tourmaline comes in all different kinds of whatevers. But I would like to get some more black tourmaline in the future. Like I said, I want to go to, there's this one shop that I'm hoping is still open. They were planning on, it was an elderly couple, and they were planning on selling the business as a whole, which if I had the money, you know, I would buy that shiz and just live out the rest of my days as the witchy rock store person. But they have really good prices on tumbles and everything, and so I'm gonna keep my eye out for tourmaline at those places. So I really like it. I also cleanse all my rocks when I bring them into the house, especially before I put them on any kind of altar. I cleanse them, and then we do a little bit of intention, and then we present it. This is for you. And while we were there, I also got this beautiful heckin' honky chonky rough cut smoky quartz, which I absolutely adore. All of my shimmy shiny polished smoky quartz, but I also got one smoky quartz piece from the one shop. It's called Mountain Mystic, and it's really pretty. I love it because it's got like just a hint, just a touch, just a whiff of smoke going through it. And so I just thought this one was really nice. I love the look of smoky quartz. I love the energy of smoky quartz. It was the first official, like, was it the first crystal? I think it was the first crystal I bought. When I was showing interest in this, my friend JD told me, he was like, hey, if you're looking for this kind of thing, something to, you know, ground you in shiz, you should go invest in smoky quartz. And so I went into the place that I still go to today, and they had the smoky quartz. And ever since then, it's just been one of my absolute favorites. And I love him because he is he is chunky. He is a thick boy. Then while we were also there at this place in Leavenworth, I was on the look. The smoky quartz just kind of happened, but I was on the look for black tourmaline, and I wanted a piece of malachite. For the longest time, ever since starting to work with Loki, in my brain, it was just malachite, 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 malachite. It was just kind of this reoccurring thought that I kept having, and, you know, aesthetically, let me just show you. This is my beautiful boy. This is my beautiful son. It was just this beautiful, perfect, absolutely gorgeous piece. I adore malachite, and you will see later that this piece of malachite kind of opened the door to more malachite, and now malachite has become like my favorite. This is my obsession. This is my love. Like, my favorite transparent crystals are smoky quartz and citrine. Just straight up. But my favorite rock, my favorite opaque crystal or rock, whatever, is malachite. I love how it has all the different, it's just got all these different layers and patterns and striations running through it. Absolutely adore this. This was my first piece of malachite. You're gonna see more because I have a problem. They're all up on Loki's altar over there going on. But just something about this rock, it does it for me. And I might as well discuss, I think this qualifies. This is a piece of jewelry, but it's also it's actually a meteorite piece. and my mother and my father, who are absolutely wonderful people. We've established this. They got me. I was sitting there. Obviously, the dude, one thing I liked about this shop is the dude wasn't just like, oh, I'm a cashier at a rock store. He actually knew what he was talking about, and he had a passion for it. And we were sitting there talking about rocks and shiz, and I was like, well, the thing that I would really like to invest in is some Moldavite. And he was like, woohoo, got it right here. And I was like, oh, really? Moldavite is disgracefully expensive. I will say that right now. It is not a beginner crystal in price point or in energy. But here is my little baby. You cannot see its gloriousness because my lighting and my camera are absolute crap. Well, I will say this bad boy with $80. Part of that is to do with the fixture. It's sterling silver and all that jazz, which I'm fine with because I don't understand, like, why would you take an expensive crystal and then put it in something that's not quality? It's just so pretty when I am not wearing this. It does sit on Loki's altar. I like the kind of energy it gets from that. It does have very intense energy. You don't also, if you're like following on TikTok and everything, like, you don't need this. Don't let people bully. It's true that TikTok doesn't like poor people. It's, well, not TikTok, witch talk. The realm that I'm in doesn't like poor people because it's like, oh, you need this crystal, that you don't need all of the excessive stuff that they typically say that you need. This was something I wanted. This was something I couldn't afford when I got it. So my mother said, would you like this for Christmas? And I said, thank you very much. And I took her up on that offer. And I just absolutely love it. It is one of the pièces de résistances in my collection. And if we're going to talk about malachite, we might as well talk about malachite. I made a order off of Etsy by this same seller. They had malachite in chrysocolla? Is Chrysa something. It's malachite, which is the green shiz, and it's got banding around it, which is the chrysocolla, which is the blue shiz. And you're not going to be able to see how beautiful this is because my camera doesn't autofocus. Hey, I have money now. I can buy myself a nice camera at some point. I know what we're saving up for. But for now, this is the beautiful, beautiful boy going on here. I just love all of the rounded and all the different, I mean, you're not going to be able to see all the intricate veining and layers and striations going on here. It's just absolutely beautiful. And the funny thing is like I say, I'm not typically a blue person, but just the way that the blue and the green play together just make it absolutely stunning, and I absolutely adore the malachite, chrysocolla, chrysa something, we'll leave it, but I absolutely adore the pairing. Then, from the exact same place, the exact same order, it was another malachite in chrysocolla, and this one is a very significant, obvious blending of the two. It's just so stinking pretty. The vibrancy of that blue and the vibrancy of the green together is just so stunning. It does make it more expensive. Malachite is not it's definitely not a beginner crystal, I would say, in price point. Like a rose quartz tumble is like $2.50 and a malachite tumble is like $12. It's just a more expensive rock. But this one was just so pretty. I love also because not traditional. What I mean is malachite, you see all these like smaller circular. I like the fact that this one doesn't have that. It's like just a different pattern, a different formation of it, because you can see the difference going on there. And that's another reason I really like malachite, is because you get these, every piece is so stinking unique and so different from one another. I absolutely love it. So then another piece of malachite is this beautiful boy right here. Just a very nice, just straight up typical piece. Once again, you're not going to be able to see all just the beautiful different. I love the round. I love just all of the way that it's formed. It's actually kind of funny because you can get malachite in towers, and something about seeing malachite with like straight cut edges like wigs me out. To me, Malachite is supposed to be round, supposed to be soft edged. I don't know why, for some reason. That's just kind of how I feel it should be. Yeah, Malachite towers, they do absolutely nothing for me. I love tumbles. I love freeform is my favorite way to get malachite. I like just kind of the hunk of it as it is. I would like to get some tumbles just for, I don't know, putting in, just because I want all the malachite I can possibly have. Let's be honest. Now we're going to talk about my second favorite non-translucent rock. And that's going to be another stone that I had a feeling, a pull towards, where I'm like, I really, for some reason, like I just, because there are stones that you like, and I was looking at like amethyst and rose quartz and citrine. I was like, none of these are calling to me, but I was feeling very called to by Labradorite, which is now, again, now that I felt it, now that I have it, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing, I love it. And so I got a couple different pieces. This is, you're not going to be able to see it too well just because it works best in direct sunlight, but this is like a purple, a blue, it's got just a bit of like yellow going on in there. I bought all of these from the same place on Etsy. If I can remember and look back, I will leave shops down below. I really just like the free form of this. This is, again, another kind of rock that I like it being, like I said, free form. And then we've got this one, which is more, there we go, more pink and orange. Like I said, seeing it like this doesn't do the colors really any justice. My mom actually has a rock that she got from my grandfather, and she was like, I don't know what it is. And I looked at it, I'm like, that's some nice Labradorite. It's got this really pretty blue yellowy shift, and I was like, I would like that when you die. But it's just this really pretty purpley pinky to orange. I just really like Labradorite. I'm really drawn towards it. I love, once again, the fact that it can be so different. And so, I mean, there are some pieces that I saw on this person's site. I'm like, I'd like to have that. And it was like $400. I was like, I need a sugar daddy or a sugar mama, whoever wants to hit me up. But ooh, there we go. There's a, ooh, there we go. Look at that baby. Then last but not least is this one, which I wish there's a little bit of it. It's this beautiful, fiery, pinky orange. I just absolutely fell in love. There we go. In love with that vivid orange. Orange is a happy color to me. Orange and yellow. They may be ones that I don't wear very often, but just the existence of it makes me happy inside for some reason. Y'all seen that one lady who wears like nothing but yellow? And I'm like, I understand that. I totally feel it, though. Probably the one that wears only green is, I was like, yeah, what's up, green? But ooh, there we go. Just absolutely gorgeous. Next up, also from my mother, because she loves me and she's an amazing human being, she bought me a nice hunk of rose quartz. This was actually from Marshall's, which I have absolutely no idea about the ethicalness of that. That's probably something I should research, because just like there are blood diamonds, there are also blood crystals, which are essentially used with slave labor. That's how they're got. That's how they're mined or harvested. So I definitely want to look into that. But it was just this nice, and it was a really good price too for this piece. I think it was like $6, and I'm like, that's actually pretty good. Don't gotta pay shipping on that or nothing. And then when we were at Home Goods, we found this bad boy, which she was ever so lovely and kind to buy me. This is like 3 pounds of rose quartz. I really liked the color of this because it had kind of like almost a purpley to it. Like it wasn't just soft light pink, and that probably has to do with how dense it is, how much there is there, so there's not that much translucency. But it was just so pretty. This is like, for Freya, this is like the crystal for like the centerpiece crystal for her altar, which, like I keep saying, I need to redo because I need more freaking altar space. But it was just, please don't drop it. It was just like, if I drop this on my foot, that's gonna be it. But it's just so pretty and beautiful and sentimental because my mommy bought it for me. I love you, baby. Then I figure I might as well run through some jewelry pieces that kind of fall in with the same whatever. I got this here from a seller on Etsy. This is Malachite. It doesn't have, it's a really dark piece and there's a little bit of the striation going on here, but you can't really see it. From the same person, they were having a sale. I got this one, which once again, you can see a much more obvious part of that beautiful malachite patterning going on there. This one, this malachite ring, because like I said, I got that one piece of malachite and it just opened the floodgates. Malachite is my favorite thing, my favorite rock, my favorite just everything, which makes a lot of sense because of like my history, not my history, my relationship with the color green. It's my favorite color. We got Loki. It's just all kinds of things kind of, it's coming together. And so this one I got in Leavenworth. Absolutely love it. Then these two I got from a seller on Etsy. I love how you just get the different pieces and you get the different patterns because they're all just so pretty and so different. Honestly, if I could wear malachite on all 10 of my fingers, I absolutely would. Then last but not least, I actually got this. My mom bought it for me once again because she's a wonderful, amazing human being. I got this at the same place that I got some of my glassware from a glass haul that may or may not be up after or before this. I'm not sure, but it's the same place. It's like a thrift store slash kind of antique store. Like it's got some like low tier items, but then it's got like some higher vintage antique type things. And it is this, which is this really pretty, again, set in sterling silver. And it's this really pretty piece of bluey, kind of yellowy Labradorite, which looks a lot like that piece of Labradorite my mom has from my grandfather. It's just all kinds of really pretty. And I also cleanse this shiz when I bring it into my house too before I wear it. Maybe I'm paranoid, maybe I'm just being safe. But it was just really pretty and it was honestly really cool to find it at a store like that because, you know, I'm trying to be a much more sustainable person. We'll see how that goes, but I am at least making an effort, so secondhand makes me pretty happy. Although this would have been fine if like I also like buying directly from like, you know, people who have small businesses, who are handcrafting. Like I said, I've got a whole list of people who do their own shiz on Etsy that as soon as I start having some money that I'm like, I'm gonna buy from you, I'm gonna buy from you, I'm gonna buy a lot from you. But this was just a nice little thing and a nice little whatever to add to my jewelry crystal rock collection. And that is the conclusion of this. That went a lot longer than I thought it would. I tend to be fairly long-winded. I apologize for that. Thank you to everyone who has stayed through to this point. This video is probably going to go like my thrift haul, which I have over 15,000 subscribers and I get about 200 views on these videos. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but here we are, and thank you to all of you who actually watched. You are honestly the reason I keep doing this, because now I'm making content that I enjoy, and I'm making content for the people who care and watch and love me, no matter what kind of content I do. So thank y'all for that. And thank you guys for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!